what are we not talking about? What's the talent evaluation community or analyst community talking about that's not really at the forefront of everyone's mind, Daniel?
I was at the game, Rich. I believe you were there as well. It was Super Bowl. It was played in Los Angeles, and I know the Rams won that game.
Yes.
And I know there's been movies made about the Rams, and I know that Matthew Stafford and Coach McVay are in every commercial that you see on TV. There was another team there. I'm quite certain I remember it, and I think it was the Bengals, but I'm not sure because literally nobody said one word about them the entire offseason.
So we're not looking at the Bengals right now, is what you're saying.
Have you heard anybody talk about the Bengals? I mean, even inside that division, they were in the dang Super Bowl. They're the fourth most discussed team in their own division.
Agreed.
Cleveland, for obvious reasons,
yes,
has been a topic of conversation. Pittsburgh, who's going to win the quarterback job? That's a big deal with them having to start the era without Ben Roethlisberger. And the Ravens, you've got Lamar and his contract situation. Can they stay healthy? They're the team everybody's pointing to that didn't make the playoffs. It's going to jump right back into it. And I'm like, the Cincinnati Bengals were in the dang Super Bowl with a superstar young quarterback, maybe the most fun offense to watch in the league when they get rolling. They had a crappy offensive line. They rebuilt the entire thing in the offseason. And I just feel like nobody's talking about them.
What does a year 2 to year 3 leap for Burrow look like? What could it possibly even look like in your mind, Daniel?
I think it's another year removed from the knee. So I think you see him, hopefully he doesn't have to run around for his life, but he's going to be able to use his legs more. It just, to be selectively aggressive, to be able to take off and get you, you think about Mahomes. How many 3rd and 4s have you seen Mahomes, just take off and go get 7 yards and get down and save himself? I think you're going to see a little more life in the legs of Joe Burrow. We know what he does from the neck up and how quickly he can process and throw the ball accurately. And I think now you're going to see some more of that athleticism show out now that he's another year removed.
Daniel Jeremiah here on the Rich Eisen Show. What do you think of the Dolphins? And because we just talked about how the Bengals are not even the most talked about team in their division or fourth most talked about team in their division. And then they get lost in the conference conversation because of the AFC West and how loaded they are. And then so many are talking about the Dolphins because of Tyreek Hill's addition and Mike McDaniel being there and how fast they can be and the matchup problems if Tua and the Tua believers are right and how well they could perform. What do you think, DJ?
First of all, have I been living under a rock? Is this a thing? Have they call them the Tuanon?
It's huge.
Yes.
DJ, it's huge.
Yes,
Tuanon is very real, and they get very angry if you say anything slanderous toward
Tuanon. Yes.
Tuanon.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great.
It exists.
I've been watching too much baseball. I've missed that one.
Yeah.
No, look, the thing about the Dolphins, I love what they did from a coaching standpoint. I love, the speed with Waddle and Tyreek Hill and run after catch, and Tua is very accurate underneath. I think that works. I think people, are thinking about, okay, how about the big arm to be able to get the ball over the top? I don't think that's what this offense is really going to be. So I like all that stuff. The thing that I don't like, and I'm very up in the air on, let's hold off. Let's see how this offensive line comes together. They were atrocious. I know they brought in Armstead, and that's an obvious upgrade. There's a lot of other question marks, in that group. So I'm curious to see how that all comes together. And Gesicki is a phenomenal athlete, probably one of the best, most athletic tight ends we have in the league, but not really an in-line guy. So, how's he going to fit into this offense and into this system? So there's still some question marks there for me. I'm not ready to go completely all in, but they're definitely going to be fun to watch, intriguing to see what this offense looks like.